Special Rapporteur on Torture, the UN High Commissioner, to send a fact-finding mission to Indian-occupied Kashmir to investigate the cases of torture. As we know, in 2012, there were nearly 420 secret detention centers found by the four special rapporteurs in Indian-occupied Kashmir who were torture chambers there. So that is continued as if today, when we see after the application of Article 370 and 35A, India has also started their law here in Kashmir. Every tongue is chained and every hand is cuffed, so nobody can speak. If anybody dares to speak, he has to face the reprisal, he has to face the torture. The picture depicting on this shows us how torture is done in occupied Kashmir in detention centers, and there are nearly 41 kinds of torture which the Indian forces enforce on the detainees in the detention centers. I will now ask different friends to shed light on this day.
Today we are standing outside the UN Human Rights Council in the support of Resolution 52/149 of 1947 of the UN General Assembly to support the tortures of victims. So everywhere in the world today we celebrate the human rights defenders, celebrate this day as in the support of the victims of torture. As other friends said, that in Jammu and Kashmir under Indian occupation, all the political leadership is detained, and those leaders like Mr. Yasin Malik and Asia Andrabi and other many of the freedom fighters which are in Tihar jail suffer worst kind of torture in the hands of Indian occupational forces. There are laws in Indian occupied Jammu and Kashmir which basically facilitate the torture and which give impunity to the occupational forces. So today we are here in the support of the resolution of UN General Assembly of 1997. Thank you.
Good morning to all.
Hi everybody, we are here on behalf of the people of Jammu and Kashmir, especially on behalf of the children and women who have been tortured since 1990 and who have been detained in jails in different parts of the jails in India. And we are here to stand up with the families of those who have not seen their children from 12, 13 or 14 years. I, as a member of the family of my Kashmiri victims, I must say that this day, when we are here to celebrate the day of torture in front of the United Nations Human Rights Council, we just ask this council to stand up with those who have been tortured, who are missing persons, especially for the women who are in jails and who are not getting the medical aid, those children who are underage are not getting the education, the parents who are very much old, they are not getting the medical facilities in jails, and those who are inside the home are tortured, not seeing their children, their sisters and mothers or their brothers. Therefore today we ask this council to stand up for those, and this torture day should be nominated as a day for those who are tortured in different parts of the world, especially in Palestine and in Kashmir.
Thank you, Mr. Pervez, the Secretary General, all parties to this conference.
Thank you, Wani Saab. That's your decision. Torture. We know India signed Convention Against the Torture in 1997, and since then he has a couple of times, multiple times, promised before this council that it will ratify the same, but since then it has not ratified the Convention Against the Torture, because India knows once it ratifies the Convention Against the Torture, it has to bring the laws according to the international standards. We know that torture is used in Indian occupied Kashmir to extract the information, extract the confessional statements from the victims, and those statements are used in courts against those persons who are detained. So therefore, I would like to say that on this day of International Day of Torture, as my friend has rightly said, that our leadership and our people have been detained in far-flung areas, especially in the mainland India, where there is a heat wave and they have no cooling facility. This is one way of torture. The torture is used against the people of Jammu and Kashmir to suppress them so that they should give up their demand for right to self-determination. The right to self-determination has been given to them by the United Nations. There, by this protest, we demand this council that a fact-finding mission should be sent to Indian occupied Jammu and Kashmir so that they can find what the Indian troops are, how they are behaving with the people of Jammu and Kashmir. I thank you.
Thank you. Our main objective here is to knock the world conscience as we are sitting in front of United Nations Human Rights Council. We appeal to the world and particularly the people who are at the helm of affairs and who are ruling the globe that torture is being used as a weapon in Indian occupied Kashmir. They torture our people, they torture our children, they torture our elders. And I have been also the victim of that torture